Timber, just checking up on you there.
Still alive, my brother, still alive. Barely from the humidity, but anyway.
No, yeah, you. Okay, mate, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Center. Welcome to King's Wellington Stadium. Rich Boys is corner. My supporters, the Rich Boys is corner. Ready, my supporters. Okay. The starting lineup: Sabahaville, Marumo, Gallants FC. Arumi Washington, jersey number 36. Japan Co, jersey number 18. Kumalo Exil, jersey number 20. Atiana Trevor, jersey number 25. Sitole Christopher, jersey number 26. Sendami Daniel, jersey number 22. Skosana Marvin, jersey number 35. Dion Junior, jersey number 33. Mogobodi Tapelo, jersey number 8. Banana Edgar, jersey number 5. And Nakati Kamoheno, jersey number 6. Substitute number 13,
Don't Mexo? Mexi, can you hear me? Moment of silence for the late teaser. Teaser, what will Yuzo?
Sorry, what is his name?
Is that teaser from Yuzo?
I don't know.
Nah, it's probably not the same guy.
Legendary Morocco Solis.
Ah, okay, cool. Got you.
As you call me, I'm about to go on air, sorry.
Let's go. Okay.
No, I'm just laughing at my own thing. Richards Bay aiming to distance themselves from the relegation playoff zone as they welcome Marumo Gallants. Hello, we are live from the Kingsway Tennis Stadium. This is Betway Premiership Round 16 action as we edge past the halfway mark. Now the real business begins. Out of the darkness and into the light. It's a time around about that time where it's time for checks and balances. No time for wasteful expenditure. That's what it looks and feels like. Quite humid out here in Umlazi Kwati, the traditional home of the Natal Rich Boys, fondly known as Abafana Basepeyi. Now, coming into this game, Abafana Basepeyi will host Marumo Gallants, so what will be their fourth league meeting. Richards Bay at the back of a goalless draw against Magesi that took place around about the 31st of January. They've had a bit of a period where they could turn things around, but the games have come thick and fast as comparison to Marumo Gallants, who last played a competitive game on the 20 days ago. That was in the NetBank Cup. Now the Natal Rich Boys are currently 14th on the log with a tally of 10 points after 15 matches played. For the Travellers, Marumo Gallants on the back of a 1-0 win in the NetBank Cup that I mentioned out in Pretoria against Pretoria Caddies Monday, as Pamanis found the back of the net in the 54th minute. In their last league game though, Gallants were held to a 2-2 draw with Chippa United on the 18th of January, where Edgar Manaka and Kabatinho Mhango found the back of the net. That's how quickly the turnaround was from last 20 days. And then you minus into the 18th of January. You kind of get the mixture of how quickly the rigmarole of the league has been throwing, the span in the works and the preparation, as well as the squad depth of these various teams. Gallants currently in 13th on the log. Is it lucky 13th or unlucky 13th? Well, the coach would tell you it's a lucky 13 because they are unbeaten in the last 3 years in the league. A 2-2 draw, a win and a draw. Prior to that, their tally overall reads 4 wins, 3 draws, and 7 losses for Dan Malisela's men. The first meeting between these sides back in the season of 2022-23, where they played out to a goalless draw with Richards Bay as hosts. The two sides are meeting for the second time this season. They met on the 4th of January with Gallants as hosts. In that encounter, both sides failed to score, playing out to a 0-0 draw. This was their second goalless stalemate. Hopefully that will not be the case here tonight. What I can give you team news for Rodney Gabriel's side, well, there's a couple of changes in it with the likes of Zikali out. Moses Mtembu comes in for the 13th time this season. And Yanala Mbutuma, you'll be looking to continue his goal-scoring exploits. A lot of the responsibility on the 22-year-old shoulders turns 23 on the 23rd of February. For Marumo Gallants, it's been a bit of an issue that being disciplined and seeing red has been the color of choice. In the last 2 games, they've seen 2 players sent off during that period. Well, they start off with Camelo Mahlati and Juna Diong up top with Daniel Msendami, a young exciting Zimbabwean playing from the left-hand side, Tapelo Mukobori from the other side. Today's referees is Msimele Mabuto, Gledwin Baloyi to assist him, Tamaka Sibati as well as second assistant, Togozani Mkize, fourth official, and match commissioner Shaheen Salot. Salute to you all at home who are taking this Betway Premiership action in. Now we break it down even further for you. It's a 4-4-2 formation. A lot of the conversation will be around, can Richards Bay get the goals they need? The Natal Rich Boys checks have been bouncing in front of goal. I'll tell you more. Justice Figueiredo, he's yet really to hit the ground running this season. 12 appearances, he's yet to score all assists in the season of 23-24. Well, for Marumo Gallants, they've got a fine player up top as well that could do the business for them, but has not done so. Juna De Jong is struggling in front of goal, the big Cote d'Ivoirian, and well, for him, he needs to get it going and find some sort of magic as we head down to pitch side for a moment of silence for the late Tiza Sekapane. And of course, a moment of silence for the fallen SNDF soldiers doing duty out in the DRC. May their souls rest in peace. Tiza Sekapane, of course, many of you would know, really shone in the colors of the Tube Birds, and will be as well an icon that will be remembered for his lavish play, and as well as his contribution to the history of the side that has made Soweto so famous. One of the big three out in Msotra. Well, one of the big sides in the KZN precinct, that being Richards Bay FC, really struggling and will be hoping to stave off relegation. I think that will be the message from Ronnie Gabriel, because I'll tell you what, they are just 2 points off the bottom side, that being Mike Gessie. Of course, we all know what's happening with Royal AM, them continuing to drop points. No need to further just hap on about that one. But Richards Bay, they need to make some deposits and make them quickly. Well, for Gallants, they want to continue this run that they've had of being unbeaten in the league. They bring good form into this one, following their Netbank round of 32 win against Pretoria Kellys. They had to do with 10 men, but they still got it done. They play in white, attacking the goals from right to left, while the home side is in turquoise with a touch of blue from left to right of your screen. And it's a very fast-paced, confident start from the away side. Of course, they're coached by none other than Dan the Man Malesela. Let's see if they can dance to Dan's well tune and as well game plan. Greet in the name of champions, wherever you may be taking this one from. It's another bright light, it's another floodlights. And Umla Zikwati takes his eye off the ball there. That was decent. But they come back and do Richards Bay. Referee Mabuto right on the scene sees a foul on Moses Mtembu, who's in the side for Zikali, as I mentioned. Claims of a little push from Marvin Sikosana. Let's see if his assertions have any truth to them. Maybe he's got a bit of a case, but the absence of evidence is evidence of absence. An early free kick for the home team. Boy, do they not need a tonic that will just turn things around and tighten the screw against Gallants. Just get them believing. Confidence is a fickle old thing at the highest level. Even the greatest of the great sometimes question themselves. Now, what happens when you find yourself in 14th position? It could be sketchy. This looks like a training ground move. 3 Richards Bay players just to the right of that Marumo Gallants wall. It's the usual free kick taker, Lwandile Mabuya, quite accomplished free kick taker. It's Mabuya! Great save, that double save, in fact. Absolutely outstanding work there from Washington Arubi. Otherwise, that was curtains for Gallants early on, something they would have discussed in the team talk ahead of kickoff. Do not concede early. Quieten down the crowd, quieten down the team that we are facing in blue. Make them feel slightly blue. But wow, Washington Arubi with that double save to the left and then got down low as well. Told you that Lwandile Mabuya's more than decent from dead ball situations. looking to breathe more life into this game from this dead ball. Here come Gallants. In fact, Bay against Gallants. Ball is hoisted almost back post. Keegan Allen gets up. As quickly as he got up, he looked up and he saw flag was up, and the referee had blown his whistle. That's a good start here from Richards Bay. They really look hungry tonight. They look switched on. Question is, are they going to be back on goal? Not according to Daniel Msandami. He's got something up his sleeve. Man playing in his 14th Premier League game. Has 1 goal and 1 assist as the young Zimbabwean. Oh, a collision of heads. It doesn't look good early on. That just takes the sting out of the game. I don't know if it works in favor of anybody, really. You know, there were already less than 5 minutes there. Was a big talking point in this game, courtesy of Washington Arubi. 1 game away from hitting 200 in the PSL. What a way to remind us that it's a chip off the old block. That's a top block with his left foot. Then got down, or left hand, and then got down again. Oh, that's great ambidexterity there, and good athleticism from man born out of Norton in Zimbabwe. He is a Zimbabwean international and showing that international quality. Keeping intact those 4 clean sheets prior to today. 16 goals conceded in his previous 12 games coming into this match round 16 tie. As I said, it's match 199 for Washington. You know, Figueiredo just on his heels, but the pass was never close enough to him. Now with Marvin Sikosana. Edson Kumalo won't be able to keep that in. Good noise as well coming from the stands. They know if anybody needs any understanding or intimate knowledge of what Richards Bay is currently, where they are and what they need, it is their fans have come out to support and ensure that they really put their best foot forward and push for potentially what would only be their 3rd win in 16 games for them. It's been a dire all season. They've tried several coaches. We had Vusumusi Vilagazi here at one point, followed by Brendan Trotter. And now it's the turn of Ronnie Gabriel. Speaking to him ahead of the game, I put the question to him. I said, well, you know, the last game against Magezi, he only managed 1 shot on target and conceded possession at home. Only had 47% of the ball. And like any well-trained coach, well, that being media-trained coach, he said, we dominated that game. So, yeah, perspective. That's all life is all about, perspective. Mpo Chabatsani. Kyo Kamela Matat. Nice interplay from the team in white here. They look quite sharp, but as soon as I say that, they blunt the attack. They also look quite hungry. Look at the ferocious pace on that left-hand side. The grass is burning because of that run from Nkosi Konandaba. You have 3 players in the box, but none will be found with deliveries like that. But the good early signs, a apologetic gesture from Tulani Kumete. It's a start today, does young Kumete. Most often than not, he's the man who comes off the bench for Samuel Tsundwana. Tsundwana on a watching brief for now. Oh, for Richards Bay, you got Sianda Dlamini, Langelihle Mhlongo, Tutuzim Tanzani as well on the bench alongside Tumila Ntulu, and I'm sure they will feature well for Marumo Gallants. They got the ace up the sleeve in Kabatinho Mhango, Mbulelo Wakaba, if needed as well. Kenneth Ntateni. Msendami sends it right. Picks it up again, does the former Highlanders player. Shares an interesting common thread with Junior Dion. One is from Zimbabwe, the other is from Cote d'Ivoire. And they've both played their football out in Botswana. There's an issue here for one of the Richards Bay players. Not quite sure who that is. Hopefully it's not too serious. Back to Msendani and Junior Dion. Both have struck out in the colors of Zwaneng FC, better known now as Zwaneng Galaxy FC. In fact, are currently fourth in the Botswana Premier League. After 17 games, 33 points for them. The league led there by Tafik. Gaborone United in third, Zwaneng in fourth. With Tafik on 34 points, just 2 points behind top of the Pops Rollers. Natal Rich Boys 100% behind you. I told you, if anybody needed to know what the brief is, it's that clan. They're going to need to stick with their team because there's been dire reading in terms of results for them. No draw against Makesi, lost 2-1 against Cape Town City. Also, there was before a 0-0 draw against Gallants in the reverse fixture. Before that game, it was a 2-0 loss to Mamelodi Sundowns. The last time they tasted victory was against Golden Arrows on the 14th of December. Isan doesn't look good that they hit him, you know where. Achu. Referee Mabuto already has quite a bit to handle. Opening 11 minutes. Runs over to that far side. I wonder if it's not to have a conversation with somebody. Of course, there are a number of games on the go tonight. Kaizer Chiefs head home to Amazulu, Makesi and Chippa United. That game in the 9th minute, 0-0 there. Give you context as well. SuperSport United hosting Sundowns at Lucas Muripe Stadium. With two teams in contrasting form, Tsatsansi have suffered 3 consecutive league defeats, including a 2-1 loss to Amazulu on Saturday. While Sundowns on a dominant run, securing their 8th consecutive win in the Premiership after a 4-0 thrashing of Golden Arrows on Sunday. Chiefs looking to recover, of course, from their recent Soweto derby loss when they host Amazulu, as they host Amazulu currently right now. Bottom of the table, Makesi desperate to end an 11-game winless streak against Tabo September at Maputi Kanyeza out at Old Peter Mokaba Stadium. Seems as if a power outage may have just curtailed things and momentarily stopped things over there. In that game, nice little first touch by Chabatzani. Approaching the opening quarter. First touch for Saleh Makula. Back in between the sticks for Richards Bay. Seemed to have fallen a little bit out of favor at the end of last year. It's seen the likes of Ian Otieno being given more chances than him. at the Kampala born goalkeepers. Feisty competitor and a top goalkeeper. And to put in context that he's been more on the bench of late. That's a nice little touch around the corner, but Keegan Allen had that covered. Oh, that's a early substitution. Wandile Mabuya. He's the one taking off Arabuyu Mabuya. Then coming out, Sianda Dlamini for him. More serious than initially thought. Wish him a speedy recovery. He's a big part, you know, of Richards Bay. Already had one attempt saved by Washington Arubi. That would be a big loss for Ronnie Gabriel. Oh man. Doesn't rain, but it pours, they say. 3 attempts on target overall. Not quite sure what happened there to Mabuya. Here's Mbutuma and Tato Muthamme in combination. Yes, Kamuhelo Matati. Nice pass around the corner. They give it to Matati, but he's quickly dealt with. Almost shirked out of that challenge. Great first time pass by Muthamme. Mabuya always, Yanela Mbutuma rather, always a willing run-up. A good intent being shown here by Richards Bay. And shot is Takusani Mtetwa, former Maccabi FC player. Spent most of his club career at Swallows though, having played 73 games for them. This only his 17th for Abafana Base Bay. Now 31 years young. Speaking of birthdays, Butuma's turning 22. The 23rd of this month. Junior Diong turned 31 the 1st of Jan. Happy belated birthday to Junior, and happy birthday to come for Yanelum Butuma, cleared by Makula. 8th PSL appearance for him. 6 goals conceded, but 4 clean sheets during that period. That's one hell of a return. Chabatani. Back to goal for Matlati. They've ensured that he gets no space whatsoever, because I'll tell you what, he can make it a tricky night. That was beautiful work there, light work, right work. Good idea there from Junior Diong. Marabatubati Ngumara. Muthamme. Look at the space Mbutuma has crowded out in there, and Handy just got that pass away to Tulani Kumete. Something was abound. There's a pass on to Mukobodi if they choose to use him on that far right side. Does get to that area, but back to Edson Kumaro, the right back. Still 0-0 as we edge past quarter of an hour after Washington Arubi's double save. Firstly from Luandile Mabuya's direct free kick, and then from the follow-up he got down low and ensured that he kept the score to a low, absolute low. It was 199th appearance in the top flight of South Africa. Need to sharpen up with such passes. So the two sides meeting for the second time this season, meeting on the 4th of Jan with a 0-0 draw. Gallants as hosts, second goalless draw. Only 1 of 3 fixtures between Richards Bay and Gallants has produced goals. Hopefully that doesn't scare you away, because history is there to be rewritten. The only fixture to produce goals between the two sides was back in 2022-23. With the Gallants as the host losing 2-0 to Richards Bay. Those goals came from Sanele Barnes, who's no more on the books of Abafana Base Bay and Tsepo Mabua. He's here. Playing his 13th game for his beloved Richards Bay. Yet to be a home winner between these two sides. Do what you want with that. Figueiredo try to figure it out. He gets lost under the flight of the ball. It's a Marumo Gallants throw-in. Chiefs have just scored against Tusu Tumapesha Goni. How they need that goal. How they needed a goal on Saturday, but the past is the past. A goal coming in the 18th minute. Butuma gets up. Wonder how long before we see Somilan Tunduan as well. He's such a important figure in the psyche and the makeup of all things good for Richards Bay. As I said, Chudani Kumeta usually is the one who comes on for him and not the other way around. But I think today we may see a shoe on the other foot. Tag to the left-hand side, a bit of space opens up and allows for a shot, but the man with the ball at feet, Tulani Kumeta, opts for a little delicate dink over the top. Maybe should have went for brute force. Brute power. Gallants are yet to score against Richards Bay since the first meeting in 2022-23. So I think they're playing at a perfect time, opportune time for Daniel Maliselo's men to change that. Christopher Sitole, who's well. 10 to play before the half hour. Bit of a stop-start. Last couple of minutes from that absolutely trailblazing start we saw. And it was stomped on in the end by Tato Mhlamme. Then was more accidental. Ball playing side of Marumo Gallants. Almost wanting to lure Richards Bay out of this defensive shape that they've opted for. 4 at the back with 4 right in front of the 2 just ahead of that 8. 2 banks of 4 they call it. Sea of blue. Vertically is Mokobodi. Yeah, that was the best of passes, but looking to turn that into something is Daniel Sandami. Zimbabwean has got an interesting international career. He's only played 4 times for Zimbabwe, but got a assist on his debut against Zambia in the 2-2 friendly back in March of 2024. That was his entrance to international football. What a way to do it for a 24-year-old. I think the danger man as well for Marumo Gallants is going to be Edgar Manaka, better put. Back-to-back goals against Cape Town City, and the game after that also got one in the draw against Chipa United. and an assist in that game as well. So he's in pretty good form. And I'll tell you what, in his career, he's experiencing somewhat of a purple patch, because this season has played 12 times as the ball goes crossfield to the right-hand side. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist. In 158 Premier League games, he's only scored 4 and assisted 3 times. 3 of those goals have come this season. 1 of those assists have come this season in 158 games. Yes, Sikosana. I'm sure just Junior De Jong, I don't want to get into his lack of goal scoring looking to exploit the situation as young Yanele Mbutuma slows it down before he finds the speed of the Swatini international Justice Figueiredo to chop it back inside. But coming in like a freight train was a Marvin Sikosana. Meant that exceptionally, because there was a threat there, definite threat. 6 to play before half an hour. Two sides just struggling to, well, scare anyone really in terms of the statistical input as goal scoring units. You got Richards Bay, who've only scored 5 times in 15 games, but have conceded 15. That's not very good by all accounts. Well, Gallants, they themselves have conceded 23 goals, the worst in the division, but have scored 12, which is right up there with the likes of Polokwane City, Skukuna United, Golden Arrows, even Amazulu, who are higher up on the log than them. Of course, courtesy of some results that have not gone their way, particularly that 8-1 drubbing Escotin. Oh, and that day was the Slachis. Poor pass that just sees pressure piled on, unnecessarily so. Nice touch there by Junior De Jong. Brings in Kamuhelo Mahlati. Those two haven't combined as often. Why did Mahlati turn back? He should have just backed his own pace. Justice Figueiredo as well has not been able to get into the game. It's not been a game for the paceman, I'll tell you. Pace has been on, but the skill has been off. Junior De Jong showing some nice touches, some first-time passing. Junior De Jong himself in for Siabule Lashayu, got a red card. And Gallants is last encounter. And Ben Cup as well. That's one to keep an eye out for as well. Coach Daniel Malisela saying that was stomped out of their thinking processes immediately. Stamped out of their systems expeditiously. We shall see. Speaking of stamping. Achoo. Right down the leg of Marvin Sikosana. Usually he's the one that dishes out those tackles. I think was young Yanele Mbutuma. His birthday's on the 23rd. That's an early birthday card for him. Misses the next match. On top of that, will not be happy with that at all, because that game is against Polokwane City on Saturday. They need him because he's the club top goal scorer. 3 goals in 15 Premier League games. 1 assist for the 22-year-old. Another one who's also seen red this season. Here's Justice Figueiredo. Great cutback that from the Eswatini international. No takers though. They've really not been able to get Kamohelo Mahlatsi anywhere near Salim Magula and his goals at all. What, 28 minutes now, 29 to be exact.
Well done, people.
1-1. Kaizer Chiefs and Amazulu now. It was an own goal first that got matters going. Onamakam Patel against his own side, contributing. Just maybe forgetting that he's not Chiefs' side anymore, but the green side. But Muremi then equalizing 6 minutes thereafter to make it 1-1. It's almost half an hour played in that one. The only game thus far with goals to report for you. Now, potentially that could change. Here's Figueiredo. In fact, Moses Mtembu is the man at the helm of that attack. Half an hour gone, still 0-0. The best chance that we've seen in this encounter from Luandile Mabuya's set piece just outside the box. Went for the top left corner, but Washington Arubi read that script and stuck out a big, strong left hand. And then on the follow-up as well, got down low, as it seemed for all money that the Natal Rich Boys will want to put money in the bank. Ruby said, it's a public holiday, bank is closer. Done a lot of this of Marumo Gallants. Just kept the ball nicely in their own half, but haven't had any penetration. It's 0-0, yeah. Mazikwati. These two sides in desperate need of, I think, more creative output, but more so for Richards Bay, because they're in a perilous position. And the log that is finding themselves in 15th position. Beg your pardon, in 14th position. Royal AM 15th, Makesi 16th. Yeah, the Kwenata Meti drowning in Meti. Wow, that was a scrappy passage of play there. Tato Musame fouled in the end. Musame playing in that 10 role. He's been busy but hasn't added a killer punch. Ooh, nasty looking collision there. That looked awful, that. Yeah, you see by a call there from the Richards. They play on the floor in collision with Marumo Gallants skipper Ed Kamanaka. Have a look at this. Bam. I think their heads collided as well in the midst of all of that, in a tangling of legs. Already seen one Richards Bay player stretch it off in fullback Randile Mabuya. You won't want to suffer another injury. But we'll see them having to change their tactical plan yet again. We then introduced Dlamini for Mabuya. But the two players look up there. Malisela has something to say to the fourth official, but it's backed with a smile. So it's a cheerful conversation with a sharp in the end and a smile for now. Let's see how long that lasts. Fourth official is Thokozani Mkhize. Manaka as well as Moses Mtembu back up on their feet. Good to see. Two-man wall. Free kick to the left of the 18. Oh, that's poor. That's just poor. I think Washington Arubi knew exactly the necessary angles, flight to the ball. Mhlambe needs to do better. Hasn't assisted or scored in 3 previous games. No former Utongati player, signed in July of 2023 from Utongati. Was at JDR Stars as well, but 2 years before that. In fact, he had 2 stints with Utongati between 22 and 23. And finally switching allegiances in July of page 2023, signing for the Natal Rich Bay. Oh, boys, that is. So yeah, back to you, Washington Arubi. What can he conjure up from here? This game just needs somebody to shake it up, cook something, give the people something to smile about. Talk about even. Write songs about even. Here's somebody who can, Matlati. Shifted to the left. Oh, that's another disappointing delivery that. So that big high pike gave it. I'm going to stop doing that then. If that's the result. Just going to keep it simple. Proverbial commentator's curse. That was Mpho Chabatani. Bit of confusion down there, and Tuma saying to the sister in the near side that how that do it's a wrong. Uyenza ndoni mshakazi. Richards Bay facing fellow sides presently in the bottom 5 of on the table. Seen them get no wins from their previous 4 games. They've got plenty of draws, 3 of them have lost once. 3 of a possible 12 points against teams presently in the bottom 5 for Ronnie Gabriel's team. Not good enough that, because if you're not getting points from those in and around you, you're going to struggle when you start facing the likes of Polokwane City, Downs, Pirates. The likes of Babinanoko, Chiefs, Stellies. Gets tougher the higher they go. It's almost like climbing the proverbial Kilimanjaro mountain. I will tell you, those that have tried it, it's tougher the higher you go. Christopher Sitole in midfield. There's a option to his left by Tapelo Mokobodi, whom we have not seen too much of in this game. Just need to quicken up the passing to their wayside. Daniel Msenda, I mean, he's not at all uprooted any trees thus far with his performance, and he's one of those players that can get you up on your feet. Ruby does well to keep that from a corner, who they consider throw-in. The answer is no. Dion. Great play there from Vorian. Almost working out. Speaking of the Vorian, 7 PSL games, no goals, no assists this season. And for the former Amazulu man, in fact, it's so dire for Junior Dion. In 2 months' time, it'll be a year since he last scored a goal in the Premier League. His last goal was against Cape Town City in April of 2024 in a 1-0 win. It was a match win on that day. And after that, it's been tough going, man. This Gallants have done exceptionally well. Be composed when having to play from the back, but it's once they get in and around the halfway line that I think they have a bit of troubleshooting to do in order to get in a position to shoot. So they have troubleshooting in midfield and they have troubleshooting the attacking third as well. For you IT specialists.
No foul, Moses. No foul.
Santami sent back, as he's been for most of this half.
Justice, man. Don't lose it. Pass the ball. Easy.
Here's Figueiredo. There's one look. Mutuma was on the move as he always is, but that's deflected away. Now in terms of Gallants, they themselves, when they play teams in the bottom 5, played 3 games. They've drew with Richards Bay, which we've mentioned quite a bit of already, and Chippa United 2-2 in their last game. To draw those, they defeated Magesi 3-1 at home. Ooh, that wasn't too far off from Mahlati. More, please, the bench will say. Kakupa too, their fans will say, we need more from the likes of Mahlati. And a clear idea and a clear picture. But the execution was in picture sharp. Back to Gallants. Record against KZN teams this season sees them having won once, drawn once, and lost once. Meaning 4 from a possible 9 points. So they seem to struggle a little bit against Abonfuet. Figueiredo, Mbutuma. Nice 1-2 between the Swatini International and the young Richards Bay started. That comes to that. A bit of a struggle. Another one who struggled to be in the goals. Last season, 30 games played, 4 goals, 1 assist. This season, 12 games played, no goals, no assists. I think you're starting to see why they find themselves in 14th. 3 minutes before the halftime break. Definitely push there, Figueiredo. Makesi and Chipa have managed to break the deadlock in their encounter. Vandala in the 2nd minute and Kwaiba 3 minutes later to make it 1-1. Game having continued after that power outage that I mentioned. twisting in and out. Figueiredo. Ooh, flag is up. That was looking quite promising for the Natal Rich Boys. But the assistant to this near side says, boys, relax. It's not that kind of party. So 1-1 Chiefs, Amazulu, 1-1 Makesi, Chipa United. Kanangale, Richards Bay, Marumo Gallants. Just leaves the ball behind. Goes tomorrow the big 20 derby. SuperSport United at home to Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns with a 6-point lead atop the Betway Premiership block on Orlando Pirates. Polokwane City in third. Now, Sundowns have a couple of tricky games coming up. They've got SuperSport tomorrow and then Pirates at home on Saturday. And they play a decently informed TX Galaxy as the Viches are in town in Poganovic and Zajmovic. Don't forget Sazvic as well. Question is, when it's all said and done, are they going to be saying which one is which? 2 minutes of optional time. Will this game be decided by a set piece? It gives me that kind of feeling. It's giving, yeah, free kick, potential penalty, given the disciplinary record of Gallants and Richards Bay's weak defensive underbelly. That's a good-looking ball, and almost that came to fruition. Sublime ball that tested all and sundry. No takers, though. Best chance we've had in a long time. Great ball there by Edgar Manaka. Gula must have had his heart in his mouth for a few seconds there. Was rooted on the spot there. I don't know what the conversation points will be around. Yeah, halftime team talks for Dan Malisela and Ronnie Gabriel. I think it's another half where we see Richards Bay not creating enough. I think they've been quite defensively solid. They haven't not been tried or tested too many times by Marumo Gallants, other than that set piece we saw recently now by Edgar Manaka. Other than that, can't think too many times we've seen Salim Makula being called into action. Not go as far as to say Washington Aruba has done more work in between the sticks than a Ugandan. So maybe the positives to take there. Kwesinkwana Daba gets a yellow card. Undaba. Memory serves me correctly, that is the first of the game. Somebody looks knocked out there. Painful position that. Ooh, another one in the you-know-where. And you know what happens when the ball gets there? Yes, sir. That's all I have to say about that. And the referee blows his half-time whistle on that painful note. At times it's been a bit of a painful watch between these two sides, but they're still fighting tooth and nail for the ultimate prize, that being the 3 points. Richards Bay, a reminder to you, looking to, well, excavate themselves from the relegation zone. While Marumo Gallants just want to continue this run that they've had of being unbeaten in the last 3 and follow up that Nedbank Cup win against Kellys with a win again in the league. after a 2-2 draw with Chipper United the last time out. All right, now it's potentially lining up to be another draw. It's 0-0 at half time out here in Umlazi. For one of these decides to separate themselves. Will it be Somilan Tundwana, the match winner off the bench, the big man from Motherwell, looking to share some brotherly love unto, well, the Richards Bay fans that have come out here and flocked by their smallish numbers to support the side that is struggling to, well, circumnavigate themselves from the bottom of the log in 14th position. Royal AM 15th, Magesi 16th. Other games on the go see Kaizer Chiefs and Amazulu at halftime at 1-1, while Magesi and Chippa United a slight delay in the game following a power outage. It's 1-1 over there, while out here it's been an outage of goals. As Zomila Tundwana comes off the bench, he's not bringing too many in his back pocket as well. There he is at the bottom of the screen. 28-year-old playing what will be his 13th Premier League game now. He'll have 45 minutes in this one. Yet to score, yet to assist, the big man. I get confirmation as to who exactly he came on for. Olwandile Mabuya was the other of the Richards Bay players. We are told he suffered an abductor strain that has seen him well, taken off and replaced by Dlamini.
Tato, anticipate!
And we off on the second half, hashtag SSDiski. It's Marumo Gallants, the Travelers, coming all the way down to Umlazi Kwati. Etegwini taking on Richards Bay. We're in desperate need of some gold dust here in the Betway Premiership. They need a silver lining from somewhere. Gallants don't have the best of records against KZN teams, but one record that is in their favor is that they've been doing quite decently over the course of the last couple of match days in the Betway Premiership. on a 3-game unbeaten run, 2 draws, and a singular win sandwiched in between that. 0-0 against Richards Bay back on the 4th of January, followed by a 1-0 victory at home against Cape Town City and a 2-2 draw on the 18th, the last time they were in Premier League action. Yalele Mbutuma, Betty Krem. How is it? He knocked to his knee. They don't want to lose Yanele Mbutum because that's a chunk of the team's goals right out the team. That Richards Bay have scored 5 in total. Yanele Mbutum has 3 of those 5.
Away from the keeper, Moses. Away from the keeper.
Here's a free kick. Bring it to the right side of the field. The first touch from Mtuno is not the best, but he still maintains possession. They can still recycle this ball. This is where they want him in these 1v1 situations. Is so destructive. Here's Somela Ntundwana. That just killed the move. That attempted healer. I wonder what Ronnie Gabriel better put would have said to his side during the halftime break. And look, we're in a difficult situation, but we're still in the game. Still 0-0, haven't conceded, and truth be told, Salim Makula was not tested all too often in the opening 45 minutes. So that's the positives. The negatives are we have not made Marumo Gallants uncomfortable in our own house, in our own back door, backdrop. Same could be said for Gallants. I think Daniel Malisela would have tweaked his halftime team talk. Said we are away from home, 3 games unbeaten. Let us watch our discipline following those 2 red cards in the Cup Cup the last time we were out in the league. Let's not give away the advantage. We are still in this game, and 75 minutes. Maybe we go gung-ho for it. Only Gabriel on the side. His technical staff. So there, Papi Zotwane did stand in for Daniel Malizela when he had special leave away from the club. That's a yellow card. The first of the half. Let's see who is it for. All over Justice Figueiredo and Paul Chavetani. I just mentioned discipline. He's walking now a very thin line between discipline. Oh, and then it's an ill-disciplined finish there. He just needed to get it on target, but he fluffed his lines that Moses Mtembu, hoping to part the Marumo Gallants Sea, like the Moses that we all know, but just did not have the direction or connection. Coming from an offside position was Tato Muthamme. Oh, and then a mistake that leads to a moment of magic for Marumo Gallants. It just happened so quickly. Everybody was surprised. Salim Makula, who's had bitterly nothing to do the whole night, is now distraught and, well, coasting the ground in frustration, desperation, and frustration. but it's inspiration for Marumo Gallants. It's 1 for 10, the men's team, and 0 for Richards Bay. Oh, a daisy cutter that just evaded Salim Makula. An innocuous looking shot that from Christopher Sitole. It's 1 Gallants, 0 Richards Bay. And for a side that does not score truckloads of goals, they're going to have to do something they've been unable to do. And that's open the floodgates. They have to. They have no other choice. Because I'll tell you what, Makesi just 2 points behind them in the relegation zone. Finally, we have liftoff here in Umlazi. It's one of those finishes that didn't require a lot of power, just placement. The best strikers in the world know where to beat the keeper. It's usually either top left or right, or bottom left or bottom right. You guessed it right. Just needs to hit the side netting inside the net though. And that's exactly what Christopher Sitole managed there. Over to you, Richards Bay. Sitole with his 2nd goal of the season, by the way. He'll be happy with that. Crucial time to score that. Just gives them a bit of leeway to build up nicely towards the hour. 70th minute and 75th. That's in Kumalo in the meanwhile. Misses the next match because he's been cautioned. Gusto to Edson Kumalo. Couple of yellow cards now for the Marumo Gallants. Back for Mpocha Watani, just got a yellow, and then quickly following suit is his fullback partner Edson Kumalo. So you got 2 of the back 4 on yellow cards. That's not good for a team that receives as many cautions as Gallants does. Gallants with 15 points after 14 games this season. The previous top flight campaigns of 2021, 22, 22, 23, when reaching the halfway stage, they had 17 and 13 respectively. So if they go on to hold on to the slender 1-0 lead, well, equal the tally of 4 years ago.
No foul!
Here's on the attack as Marumo Gallants looking to add to the pain of Richards Bay. It's been a very painful season thus far. Like I said, the Natal Rich Boys are in a deficit. The Natal Rich Boys checks are bouncing. Their fans are not. We move. Somebody's on the floor. And we already seen a number of injuries already in this encounter. Stretching that left leg. I think it's Junior Dion. They want to lose him as well. They need the ball just to be bouncing off of him and linking up play. Dan Malisela shows exactly what he thinks should happen. Ivorian is slowly, begrudgingly back up on his feet though. I'm not sure what happened to him. We've seen quite a number of injuries and stoppages in this game. And I'll tell you what, the Richards Bay fans have still continued urging their side on, belting out a number of medleys well known to those that frequent these parts. Track 1 Umsebenzi, track 2 Siyabangena, track 3 bayakora kodwa sisaphila. Kabatinho Mhango is soon to come on for Junior De Jong. Looks as if that injury is more serious than initially thought. So we've seen some injuries that have seen players subtracted from this game. Yanele Mbutuma, an acrobatic attempt that has taken out one of the Gallants players. They found Humbridge with that. Is that a red card that I'm seeing in the hand of referee Mabuto? He's got 2 cards in his hands. He's about to flash the first yellow. Kabatinho Mhango is told to wait a little bit. I think the physio is telling Yanele Mbutuma, Lala Ndwan, Lala ungavuki. Do not wake up because it may not be a good one for you. Is that gonna go his way, and is that gonna see the night worsen for the already distressed Richards Bay? Who's the card for and what color is the card? That is the question. Referee Mabuto manages a smile in all of this. 2 minutes to play before the hour. Not a bit confusing this. Sikosana back up on his feet, that's Marvin. Ronnie Gabriel watches on perplexed. Butuma looks to his left nervously. Yellow card. Red card, his second of the season for Yanele Mbutuma. He got his first yellow in the 28th minute. This is second, and enough to see him have a cold shower on top of that cold ice pack. This is why I can see why the referee gave it, but he was, to be honest, going for the ball. But if you miss the ball and you don't get it cleanly and you get any sort of contact with the opposition, you're most likely gonna get a foul against you. And the foot was dangerously high as well. By the way, his first red card of the season was an 82nd straight red during the team's 2-0 loss against Kukuna United. This is his second sending off of the season, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. At least then, they had won 1 game and drawn twice, and that Kukuna United loss was the 3rd loss of the season, so it wasn't a bad. Still damage limitations, but right now it's a team that's struggling for a win. The last win in the league prior to the opening day victory against Chicks Galaxy was a 1-0 win against Golden Arrows on the 14th of December, followed by a 2-0 loss to Sundowns, 0-0 draw against Marumo Gallants in the reverse fixture, a 2-1 defeat against the Citizens of Cape Town. Now last time they were in action, now a 0-0 draw. I beg your pardon, then a 0-0 draw back in the 31st of January. Better put. After an hour, the big talking point is Yanele Mbutuma's sending off. 2 yellow cards has seen the young 22-year-old striker reduce Richards Bay FC to just 10 men. But the most important part, they are behind on the scoreline, courtesy of a beautiful goal from Christopher Sitole. Beat Salim Makula, bottom left corner. Introduce Milan Tundwana. The start of the second half, hoping to add the goals, but now they'll be hoping to add the numbers where Yanele Mbutuma has subtracted. Yeah, when it's not going for you, that's just how life is. But true test of a champion is not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you can get up after being knocked down. Speaking of knocked down, Camelo Mahlatsi is sitting down. He hasn't had the best of games. He's quite an exciting player as Kamo Mahlatsi. Seems to be an issue as well just behind the goals of Washington Arubi. I wonder if that's not Yanalo Mbutuma as well, who's still receiving medical attention after that bicycle kick that you'd much rather want to forget about quickly. If he scored, be telling everybody, yeah, it is Yanalo Mbutuma. Luandile Mabuya suffered an abductor injury. Now it's their top striker, Yanalo Mbutuma. I think it's going to be stretched off now. Maybe it's a neck injury because the ice pack was around the back of his neck. It's not going their way, is it? What does Ronnie Gabriel do to get some sort of result out of this game? Yeah, the stretcher is coming out for Yanalo Mbutuma. The news, the Chiefs and Amazulu game. It's Chiefs that are now trailing after taking the lead following a goal from Ramachwem Patlele in the 18th minute. That's not going according to script as well. That's not how Nasruddin Nabi would have written it post the Soweto Derby debacle. It's a Kambindu right on the stroke of the hour. It is seen Amazulu edge ahead. Tough, man. I'm sure FNB Stadium quite quiet right now. Quite similar scenes out here at the Kingswell Tennis Stadium, approaching the 70th minute mark. Here's Somelan Tundwana. If they sent him on to be the main man, he now has to be the hero and icon for this game and the team and the fans. Figueiredo. It's a no, not a yes. And it's the side netting. It's taken him almost an hour to have a shot on target, to have a go at Washington Arubi. Most of that first half he spent it on the wings, but never got any joy really out of the Marumo Gallants defense. That was the first time I've really seen him in a dangerous area and then having thoughts of really breaking the deadlock in a devastating way, but as it turned out, it's delusions of grandeur. Somilan Tsundwa, good hold-up play. Musamme passes wayward. He's not had a very good game, I have to say. Mahlatsi, he's had an average game. Quiet as a church mouse. Someone that possesses as much talent as he does. You'd expect more. Here's Justice Figueiredo looking to serve some justice. Oh, the ball almost trickles in. Flag stays down. Off the line. Again off the line. Twice. Marumo Gallants have pulled off some amazing goal line clearances. First in the first half, by Washington Arubi. Going to his bottom left after a free kick to the top left corner. And then, not once but twice in the space of a minute. How did Gallants survive there? Choo. Yeah, the way things are going for Richards Bay, I think some people may say, yeah, it's time to go consult. Let's go find out exactly what's going awry. Why didn't Tony Santagan? Only Gabriel was up on his feet. But Tony Kagansa. Bonamon. On the stretch, Mushamme takes a little bit of a nick, which then wrong foots Washington Arubi. Off the line clearance. Sensational that from Edson Kumalo. Not quite sure who then dealt with the second shot that was goal bound. I think it may have been Edson Kumalo as well. This game has come alive now. Much more like it. The first half was a bit of a tough viewing. War of attrition. This was far more dramatic and entertaining. To steal a line from that Gladiator movie, are you not entertained? I am. Here's Figueiredo. Ooh, Chiefs have equalized this 2-2. Another on goal of 40. 3 minutes after Gambindu put Amazulu ahead. That seems to be the hottest ticket in town right now. It's a 4-goal thriller out at FNB Stadium. Gabo Mashati has got a yellow card. I think that brings it to 3 players now on the Gallant side with cards. Butuma with the red for Richards Bay. Kwasana Kwasinkwana Ndaba with the yellow card on the other side, on the blue half of things. Is this game gonna end 10v10? Good looking cross that Keegan Allen is always a danger, but is leaning back far too much. Well, what is a easy Tuesday evening in Mzanzwe, Africa? We don't do easy and we don't do boring. That in a nutshell is the Betway Premiership. And this in a nutshell is Marumo Gallants' hand being shown by Daniel Malisela. 3 players. Lebohang Mabocha. Next to him is Kumbulani Ngube. I hope I Kumbula. Who else came after him? Mbambaniso. Monde Mbambaniso is the other player. Triple sub. They're really going for it there. Ngube, Mabocha, and Mbambaniso. Monde Mbambaniso into the last 20. First touch there for Kabadinho Mhango, so that makes it 4 subs in total. Deno Malisela has brought on, if memory serves me correctly, for Richards Bay. It's been Dlamini on for Lwandile Mabuya, Sumila Tsundwana on for Tulani Kumete. Look at the foul count there. 23 in total. Couple of yellow cards and a red as well to boot. Looks as if the Magesian Chipa United game has been abandoned or suspended due to power issues. Kosesheho. Chance to deliver one. Delays it. When will the ball get into the box? Eventually, Camelo Matats is forced to just toe poke the ball, have a stab at it. But Richards Bay conceded a corner. I think took too long there to just whip in the ball. From the initial attack into the last 18 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think the drama's quite yet finished. Some of the subs for Richards Bay warming up there in picture. I think this sort of play for Richards Bay will be very important. Set pieces, good looking ball that nicely swapped back onto his left foot. Quite a number of stoppages in this game. It's been a physical affair. It's been a war, a battle. That's what happens when one team is facing the threat of relegation, the other not too far behind and looking to stave off a relegation zone. Gallants thinking to themselves, we've just left the relegation zone WhatsApp group. That will be the mantra over the next 17 minutes of this game. Mashati. Here's Camelo Mashati to the left. Monde Mbambaniso dropping into that 10 role. See, just behind Kabatinho Mhango for what is to be the next 17 minutes or so of play. There's the numerical advantage presenting itself. There was so much space there for the man with the ball at feet, but Lebohang Mabocha forgot one crucial ingredient, the ball, sir. Nzundwan has to hold up play. He's exceptional at that. Oh, and he breezes past two men, pushes them off as if Abayiki Papa Matota. Figueiredo could have collaborated with his teammate far better after all of that work where he was against three men and then somehow bulldozed his way through, then found the cross, but Figueiredo went across too early. Flag was up. We move.
Hold it there!
That's a foul. This is what they'll be playing for, hoping for such situations that they can turn into their own advantage. Tlakusani Mteto was the man that was taken out there. 31-year-old midfielder. It's really twirled in the heart, an engine of the Richards Bay midfield. Well, since the usual free kick taken, Rwandile Mabuya is off the field. Up steps Justice Figueiredo.
Come kick it!
Man who used to play for Manzini Sundowns
Bafana!
before
Get in there! Stop
coming
there!
to these shores and signing on the books of Maritzburg United, now defunct Maritzburg, known as Durban City FC. Actually doing quite well in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. In fact, it's left for Moshame. Uses the back of his head there. Who got on the end of that? Was it Nzunda? Yes, it was. Gets up slowly, the big man. That was his big chance. Usually he's a big match player. Rushed it. Just wouldn't drop fast enough. Look how many white shirts were around him. Maybe that's why he took it so hastily there. Hango with a great flick on that. Hango still the big gap. Still 2-2 out. Between Kaizer Chiefs and Amazulu, 2 own goals. Net encounter 40 and Ramatlon Pathelwa. It's not a day for the defenders, it seems, out there today anyway. A day to be a striker today here in this precinct. Butuma with the red card. Junior Dion with the injury. And Kabatinho Mhango with all work and no pay thus far in terms of his pay coming back in the form of goals. Colonel Mpumelo comes on, the young youth striker, under 20 international. Gets in immediately. I think they need his sort of expertise. Where a season ago bagged 15 goals in the DDC to announce himself in a big way and earn himself a call up to the under-20s. Was out with the squad out in Mozambique for the Total Energies Kusafa qualifiers for the under-20 champs. A couple of minutes there. Found it tough to break into the squad with the likes of Shaquille April leading the line. But he's got a chance now on the men's senior side. What's that saying? Another man's trash is another treasure. Others loss is another's gain. Butuma off. Who gets on the end of that? That looked interesting. Calls from Mtetwa. I don't know what he was claiming there. Quite difficult to see from this vantage point. Crazy stat for you for the Natal Rich boys. They attempted 18 shots in their last league game, the highest total in a single match in the league this season. I think they've barely managed half of that today. Now that was on the head there. Claims from Kagusani Mtetwa will fall on deaf ears. Even Stevie Wonder can see that one is not a penalty. Figueiredo. Into the last 11. Is this the moment where their fans will be up in unison in jubilation? They're looking for blue inspiration. Here comes the wave like water. The wave of attack is quickly drowned out. That was initially good work to begin with. The Richards Bay fullback Ndaba. It's done well to just stay away from the referee's periphery and catching his attention, being on a yellow card. Key ball for the team with a man advantage. This will see Richards Bay winless in the last 5 Betway Premiership games if they go on to lose. With their last victory, as I mentioned, during that busy December time. December post 14 December, that's when they got that win against Arrows with Lindo Zikadi scoring the only goal. And it doesn't bode well the fact that it took Richards Bay 11 games to score their 4th goal of the season. Statistically, just to paint you a picture of how bad it's been. It's been drawn. By the way, they reached that mark 7 games into the previous season and 6 games into a debut campaign when they moved up from the School of Hard Knocks, the MFC, to come on for the last 8 minutes as Patuchetso Nange bringing on some much needed experience. Much needed breakers for Christopher Sitole, who's on a yellow card as well, so I can see the thinking there behind for Dano Malisela. 33-year-old central midfielder in Nange is on for the 8th time this season. Scored once during that time. Former SuperSport United man. Although he's played touch over 486 minutes in all comps this season. Played in the Carling Knockout, Nedbank Cup, and mentioned 384 minutes and counting in the league. First touch for Nange. Nange. Mhlati asks for it, but Mhango takes up the baton in the battle, but loses out. There's a tired looking Mhlati. Eight minutes out at FNB, still 2-2. But the Magazine Chipa United game all abandoned due to power outage, 1-1 or power issues. 1-0 over here. Anything is possible in the last 6 minutes across all games. Seven goals across 3 games tonight. That's not bad at all. Now we'll pick it up with Cornelo Pomelo. All they have to do, Marumo Gallants, is just see out this game and control matches, control the flow and manage the game. Management, they call it, game management. And a low shot from the midfield area where Monde Mpambaniso is operating. It almost brought some joy. Hold up play. And none other than Tsundwana. By the way, Richards Bay next in action on Saturday, the 8th of February. Against Polokwane City here at home. Well, Gallants stay themselves. And also be looking for improved performances. The next ensure that they take aim at Amazul, another of the KZN outfits that they'll be playing on Friday. And it's to the Nedbank Cup round of 16 for them. By the way, I should mention that the 16 goal, that's a goal, never mind that. That is the most important part. They keep on dreaming to continue the theme of the Nedbank Cup. And it's Justice Figueiredo who sent the dream football is an amazing sport of ebbs and flows, twists and turns, ups and downs. That sees the ball at the center circle after the goal scored by Justice Figueiredo. His first in 13 games. This is how keeper Ruby comes out to punch. Figueiredo says bang, back of the net. Pull the trigger without hesitating. Scored like a man who's been at work all year. Mind you, the year is only 2 months in. Take him in an eon. Richard Gray has scored later. That's that That's gonna taste sour in the mouth of Marumo Gallants, but it's gonna taste so sweet for those in the blue side. Here's this Figueiredo again with a brace. This game turned on its head. It was slipping away ever so slowly. Oh, I told you about this youngster. He's got ice in his veins, this boy. Does not to finish outside of the foot pass. Nsundana, perfect. Nayon, perfect. And then accompanied by the finish of a killer in front of goal. Gonelon Pomelo with his first and arguably one of the most important in his young Richards Bay career. I told you we don't do boring Tuesdays in the Betway Premiership. Go to sleep for what? It's 2 Richards Bay, 1 Gallants. Over to you, Gallants. Matlatsi. That's 9 goals now across 3 games, as someone says. Gallants back in the relegation WhatsApp group. Yep, admin has been working. They're going to take the time with this. Quick look at the Gallants bench. Dan Malizela is just statuesque. Filled with disbelief. His feet shackled by the pain of what just happened to his side. Now he only starts to make a little incremental movements, but you can see the pain edged all over his face. He just does not know what just happened. I'm not quite sure I know what just happened. They had this game in the bag, the Gallants. I was about to tell you about the Nepen Cup. As Richards Bay said, forget that, sir. In the here and now. Zetu. Reminder to you that they've played most of this game, or the second half I should say, with 10 men after a red card straight. Second yellow card for Yanalo Botum after getting his first in the 28th minute. Scored in double quick time. First Justice Figueiredo and then unlikely hero in Pomelo coming off the bench, the youngster Cornelo Pomelo. And I think perfect time to score for him because they're going to be without Janelon Butuma. That cross will be easily apprehended by Makula. He's going to be out of the side because of the suspension of the red card. That gives a chance to Cornelo Pomelo. Wonder if he was going to figure if Mutuma did not get sent off. How much was he going to figure? But now I'll have to figure that out. Pretty much can guess he will start most often than not because Nsundwana will play from the left, Pomelo through the middle, and they'll most likely use Figueiredo in the position you see him in, right wing, for games to come. Here's Nsundwana, surely not 3. By the way, 4 minutes of additional time. We're already into one of those 4. What a time to score. What a time to get that goal that might just be the catalyst to change the season for the Natal Rich Boys. I said that their checks had been bouncing. This one they've written in gold. They called their private bank and they said, look here, we got something to show you, we got something to give you, and we're going to multiply it. It looks as if there's going to be a subtraction too. One of their playing personnel in Justice Figueiredo. That's a man being stretched off, knowing that he's helped the team possibly win an unlikely 3 points, eh? Want to make a double sub just to see out the remainder of this game. It's confirmation of the two, Langelihle Mhlongo, Fezile Kaba is the other player. Battingena Ndot comes on at the perfect time because he's going to have to help the team defend this corner. Manages a little smile off the pitch. Moses Mtembu. Don't think he can believe they find themselves in this position. So Mtembu and Figueiredo off. That looked like a handball. Not quite sure which hand or it hit. Yeah, that was never on there. Zunwan is fast, but not that fast. Less than 60 seconds. Oh, ball allowed to bounce. Acrobatic clearance. Almost right down the throat of would-be attackers. One of those in Pambani. So everything has been applauded. Everything has been jeered on. Mentioned their struggles in the Betway Premiership. And for the home side, win in the opening day against TX Galaxy, and their last win was in December, the 14th of December. They have had to wait until early February to only register what will be their third win of the campaign in the league for Ronnie Gabriel's team. I wonder if Daniel Malicella is going to be saying to his opposite number, Gabriel, you've gone too far. The bench can't wait. They are up on their feet. And the final whistle is sounded. Referee Mabuto brings the curtain down on an absolute head scratcher of a game. First half, both these teams were really nowhere, to be honest, as offensive forces. In the second half, we saw a red card for Yanele Mbutuma, a goal for Christopher Shitolo, and then that spurred them into life. Somehow they found an extra game. Justice Figueiredo first, off the bench. The match winner is Nkonelo Pomelo, and they get only their third win of the campaign. They are third for Richards Bay in 16 games, which sees them now on 13 points. Royal AM on 8, Makesi on 8. It's never too late when you believe. Bafana Basepe 2, Gallants 1. Layumlazi.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're supposed to. We told them. We tell them. They're supposed to provide it, not us, but they don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pilang bachela mnganam. Guys, please improve this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, please, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Happiness, cool. One, two, three, four, five. Just one step back for me, sir. We are ready. I don't know what the coach is gonna say. I don't even know what to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm joined by head coach of Richards Bay FC, Coach Rodney Gabriel. Coach, how do you sum that up? You guys look dead and buried. You had a man down, and then somehow justice was served.
Yeah, man down and 1-0 down, and the boys fought like Trojans. We must give all credit to the group today. I think they rolled up their sleeves and they showed that they want to fight for the badge of Richards Bay. It just required this type of performance for us to get back into the running to move out of the relegation zone. And what else can I say? I'm so proud of the performance. These boys, they played out of their socks today. With 1-0 down and then Butuma getting a red card. We still believe that we're going to come back into this game. We still believe, because in the first half we created few goal scoring chances. We could have taken two. Then come in the second half, we got the red card and they get a goal. So we 1-0 down and we had to throw in the numbers. We had to adjust the formation a little. We became a little more offensive. We took more risks and it paid the dividends at the end of the day.
Coach, and the next question for many of the fans say, why don't you play like this week in, week out?
Yeah, actually, if you've been following the performances have been similar. We've been creating new week in and week out. We've just been unfortunate with the ball not hitting the back of the. So today, hopefully, go into the next game and score more goals and get a positive result.
Speaking about getting those positive results, let's speak about young Kanelom Bomelo off the bench. I know him quite well from the DDC. He's coming in a big way and is proved to be the match winner.
Yeah, the boy Bomelo is a natural goal scorer. He's born with it. He's a goal poacher. The chances come his way at DDC level. Last year, 16 goals. This year, he banged in a few. And we knew that if we throw him in there, if a chance presents itself, he's got the calmness to slot it in. And that's what he did today.
Coach, congratulations. What a win.
Thank you, sir.
Where's Coach? Where's Coach Dan? Coach Dan Kulu. Yo, please. Coach, 2 steps for me. 3, 4, 5. Wow. Coach Demalisela is with me. Yeah, I also don't know what to say. Yo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got Coach Dan. Whenever you are ready, we are ready for the cue. Well, I'm joined by Malisela. Coach, just how do you even summarize that one? You guys had that one in your back pocket and then somehow it ends up being a 2-1 loss.
It boils down to discipline, we can see many fouls have been given against us. Even the ones that you don't think is a foul or something like that. And the only way this team would get goals would be through fouls. But we continue making those fouls. The only way this team will worse if we give them the ball, because we didn't have to give them the ball. You know, that 1-0 was in. Keep the ball, keep rotating the ball. But what do? We want to individualize things. And that's lack of discipline, you know. We were not beaten, we beat ourselves. You know, and you can't progress when these things happen. You know, playing discipline, you cannot be taught playing discipline on the field. You have to have it. And you've got to be conscious of what are the circumstances now. You know, we go easily here, 1-0, done, finished, amen. You know. Then when we are supposed to have, we get bit of half chances, then we're supposed to lay the ball for the last pass. We want to be selfish and score ourselves, I mean, really. And I don't like bashing my players, you know. It's not healthy. But today, it's disappointing. It's really disappointing. Thing is, we have a game on Friday, and we have to recover from this. You know, we are putting pressure on ourselves, and pressure that says psychologically you need to be stronger against Amazulu. It's not going to be an easy game, you know, and hopefully we will survive.
Coach, I can see you're visibly frustrated. Any positives you can take from this encounter?
I don't think there will be positives you take from this. You know, we scored 3 goals within 3 minutes, you know. Nah. I mean, any child will see that the ball is going to be crossed. Just go pick up the ball. I mean, really, no. And the ball is punched, but we are not covering the keeper. We are not. No.
Coach, commiserations. All the best against Amazulu.
Sharp.
Thank you, Coach Daniel Malasari.